Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for jumping into another video. My name is Josh and I'm just your average Joe day trader. Hey, listen guys, I wanted to spend a few minutes talking to you about one specific stock, SoFi. Now, your ears probably perked up or you're here watching this video because my title obviously said SoFi. But what I'm going to tell you about SoFi may not make very many of you happy because it didn't make me very happy. But I want to share with you what happened today with SoFi. So SoFi today, and it is July 29th, Tuesday, had earnings this morning. So before market open, and we can go straight to the chart here so I can kind of show it to you. But before market open today, they announced their earnings. So somewhere you can see right about here, they were running about $20.83, about $21, in this area. And then boom, they announced earnings, 7 a.m. The market loved it. It kept rallying, okay, up to 22.85, 23.49. Okay. It had a little bit of a comeback. People were taking profit, and this is pre-market. Boom, jump back in, 23.44 high, 25.11 high. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you guys, I was right here, literally at the $25 mark, super excited watching it break $25, saying, Josh, sell everything you have. Sell off, take profit. I was up like $800 in profit and I was super excited. And I'm like, do it. And then I was like, okay, Lord, what do I do? And I left it, right? Because this is not a day trade for me. This is a long-term hold retirement account. One day I hope to be sitting in a rocking chair and saying, hey, you remember when SoFi was $25? All right. I hope that is me, guys. And I'm sure that was a terrible impersonation of what I'm going to sound like when I'm old and retired and in a rocking chair. But maybe it is me. Maybe that is what I'm going to sound like because it's me making the noise, right? But anyway, something just told me don't do it. Okay. And man, to my unhappy surprise, so literally watching this thing all day. Okay. I'm saying, do I sell it? Do I sell it? Do I sell it? Oh, okay, good. It's coming back a little bit. Nope, not selling it. Not selling it. Oh, do I sell it? Do I sell it? I'm like, oh man, what difference does it make now? And then, like, listen, even the nerve of these people. Okay, SoFi, I've got such a bone to pick with you guys. I love your company. I love what you stand for. I love what you're doing. I love the services you provide. I love that you are more of the financial tech, IA, hard charging, super technologically savvy, doing all these awesome things for our next generation and all that. You're not a bank. That's why I love SoFi. You're not a bank. The future is unending. You cannot see the end of the tunnel on SoFi, okay, and what they're going to do. But do you think you could have like maybe called some of us and said, hey, dude, just want you to know that when the market opens, we're going to have this freaking awesome fire earnings. You're going to make a ton of money. And then, hey, guess what? We're going to dilute. We're going to sell shares. We're going to do an offering. Okay. Which is exactly what happened. Okay. They here in the closing market at 4:15, it was announced they did an offering. Okay. And it dropped all the way down and it's sitting at $20.51. It's back right now to $20.92. Okay. But it's where I started. It's where I started. And now I have nobody to blame but myself for not just selling out of it, wash, rinse, repeat, let it drop, take profit. But for most of this day, and you can't see it, okay? For most of the day, right here, it held most of the morning, most of this day at this $24 mark, okay? We got to almost 11 o'clock. It was at this 24-hour mark, $24 mark, okay? So I'm thinking golden, let's stay. And it was a level of support that it stayed at, and then it just sort of gave way. So let me share with you directly from the news. So yes, I'm going to read some of this to you guys so that I get it exactly right. But first of all, let's look at SoFi itself, and we're going to go back to the charts here. So let's take a look at it and see what's going on. First of all, previous close 2102. Okay, right now we're sitting at $20.92. The day range from 22.26 to 25.11. The year it started at $6 all the way up to today's 25.11. It's got a 24.76 billion USD market cap. Average volume 71.37 million. I mean, great results. Awesome PE ratio 53.56. Obviously, it's traded on the NASDAQ. It's been in business since 2011 in California. They have over 5,000 employees. Just an amazing, amazing company that's doing really amazing things, and I'm very excited about it. You can look at their revenue, super strong month over month revenue. And I actually had somebody ask me to do a video similar to this, so hopefully this will be good for who asked for the video. But look at this, okay? Net income. Listen, obviously your net income is going to be challenged based on how much you're spending, what you're putting towards bills, all that, and then what they're left with in their gross. But earnings, revenue, nice. Okay, a little bit of it down here, and then boom, up, boom, up, boom, up. You cannot lie. SoFi is awesome. Annually, look at this. Nothing but a beautiful, since 2020, year over year over year, constant revenue increase. All right, over that $2 billion range. 2.64 billion, up 27.18% for the year. Their operating expense up about 11% at 1.95 billion. Their net income is up 265%. Do I need to share any more of this, guys? Right? Look at this wonderful, wonderful, opportunity for SoFi, and it's not going anywhere. And honestly, what I would tell you, myself included, there's a great opportunity to buy it. If it drops a little bit lower with this dilution, which I haven't shared all of that detail with you yet, they're a great opportunity to buy into it. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. Basically, just going to give it to you. So they did a $1.5 billion share offering today. SoFi announced an underwritten public offering of $1.5 billion worth of common stock. They offered it and bought by Goldman Sachs, which is another very strong company, very strong institution as far as underwriters. So they also received a 30-day option to buy an additional 15% of shares. So this is good news. It's tough on a short-term investor, not what you want, but really, really good on long-term investment. Okay, so we'll see what happens. But the announcement sent the stock down basically 6% in the after-hours trading, reversing a 6.6% rally today. That was that fit $25. Okay, following earnings. It is what it is. The fear that the market has right now, though, because a lot of people will tell you story after story after story of being in a stock, they go and they do an offering, it dilutes, it could go anywhere. One of the gentlemen shared that OP went from $2 to 15 cents a share. Okay, don't even know where it's at now. I didn't pull it up to look at it. But obviously that's stressful, right? If you got a big stake in it, and even in a long-term capacity, and it drops that much, that's tough. If it drops, which it did, from $25 basically to back to $21, that's a $4 drop. Okay, so nobody really kind of, I wouldn't say lost anything today unless you jumped in and bought at the high while it was running up. But I'm flat right now. Like I said, I'm in the profit a little bit, but I'm somewhat flat in it, and we'll see what happens. But their adjusted net revenues 858 million, which is up 44% year over year, with their net income of 97 million. And these are all-time highs, both in membership and product adoption for this company. They are getting people signing up in the drones daily, okay, doing all kinds of things, education loans, wedding loans, mortgages. They offer all kinds of technology opportunities with their website, with their apps. There's just so much going on with them. AI based. They're huge. Okay, they are a financial genius, and they are completely within. So they don't borrow money from others to do loans. They borrow out their own money, which is amazing, right? That they can do that, and obviously a great opportunity. Now, the what they said was the reason why they did this offering with Goldman Sachs is because they want to use that money towards additional growth, future growth. Okay, and that's not upsetting. That's not bad. That's really good. Okay. Now, if you don't know what a dilution is, what is stock dilution? Dilution occurs when a company issues new shares, which reduces existing shareholders' ownership percentage, voting power, and earnings per share. Okay, so guys, let me just share with you if you're not even sure what I'm talking about, you may be like, Josh, can you explain what is dilution? What does that mean for us, right? Well, dilution occurs when a company issues new shares, and that in essence reduces the existing shareholders' ownership percentage. So, for example, if you have a specific earnings per share, okay, let's say a stock is valued at $25 and they offer $1 billion in shares of stock to Goldman Sachs, well, that potentially could cause the stock to drop from $20 or $25, whatever I said, let's say $20. It now could be worth $19, $18, $15, $10 based on when the dilution finalizes and everything kind of goes through. So the whole point is of a dilution is to raise capital, to raise additional money for growth, for incentives for people that work for the company, for research and development, for acquisitions. But unfortunately, it can be very unpopular if they do it too frequently or without productive use of the proceeds. I think they're going to use the proceeds the right way, but time will tell. So SoFi, just kind of wrap this up for everybody. Basically, these proceeds will likely support SoFi's broader growth initiatives. They have a lot of opportunities, a lot of projects they're working on. They've got a lot of new business lines and platform expansion plans. They have plans for different acquisitions. So you're, as an investor, you want to kind of keep an eye on SoFi and watch them. You're going to see, number one, you want to see how does SoFi use the funds. You want to see what future guidance on share buybacks or offsetting measures. What does it look like? And the impact on the earnings per share or profitability over the upcoming quarters. They're already doing a great job, guys. And I don't think this is going to hurt them. But if you're a short-term investor in SoFi, yes, it's going to hurt. If you're a long-term investor and you don't care, buy it, set it, forget about it, you're going to do really well. I think we will be those older folks in the rocking chairs looking back thinking, thank you, SoFi. All right. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions or anything specific, drop it in the comments for me. Let me know what it is you'd like me to answer. Great opportunity, though. I feel personally, not financial advice in SoFi. We will see what happens. But that's it, guys. If you hadn't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. And please hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Josh out. Peace.